Hey sis, this month marks my 7th anniversary of homeschooling my children. Yay! Hallelujah! I can't believe it's been 7 years already since my family embarked on this homeschooling journey. Sis, homeschooling has stretched me, refined me, tested my faith, and blessed our family in many ways I never imagined. In today's video, I want to share 7 lessons that I've learned from 7 years of homeschooling. And stay until the end because the 5th lesson is my favorite because it has completely changed how I homeschool. Before you buy any homeschooling curriculum or plan out your schedule or when to begin homeschooling, there is one step that you cannot skip. And that is the number 1 lesson that I've learned in 7 years of homeschooling. And that is to pray and seek the face of God to make sure that He is leading you to homeschool. Sis, I don't want you to start homeschooling because the mothers in your church are doing it or because it is the trending thing on social media. No, I want you to pray to God and hear Him concerning whether He wants you to homeschool your children or not. Because I believe that homeschooling is a calling. Because it is not easy. It takes work. It takes sacrifice and patience and consistency. There will be times when you will wonder why in the world you began homeschooling in the first place. And sis, it will be those confirmations from God that will keep you going, that will give you strength. And you will draw grace from those words to continue to homeschool your children when the journey gets tough. So before you begin to homeschool, make sure you pray. And I want you to know that homeschooling is not just about academics. No, it also has a spiritual component as well. We're not just raising kids who will succeed academically and then get a good career where they make lots of money. No, but we are raising children who have sound biblical foundation that will enable them to stand for Jesus in this generation. This second lesson surprised me the most, and it has nothing to do with academics. And that brings me to lesson number 2. And that is that homeschooling made me a better parent. Homeschooling has taught me patience, humility, and to see my children as individuals. I am not just teaching my children, but I'm watching them grow, mature, and learn. And I myself am growing alongside them also. Sis, homeschooling has shown me the best way to teach each one of my children. There have been times that I had to slow down, listen carefully. Homeschooling is helping me to adjust my teaching style for each of my kids instead of forcing all of them into one method of teaching. Friend, homeschooling isn't just teaching my kids, but it's teaching me to be a better parent. If I had listened to people's opinions, I would have quit homeschooling a long time ago. And that brings me to the 3rd lesson that I've learned on this journey. And that is, don't let people's opinions discourage you. Sis, I have heard it all. Comments, side eyes, doubts, and judgments. Some people questioned my decision to homeschool my kids. Some low-key mocked it. And some assumed that my kids will fall behind academically. But by the grace of God, I didn't allow ignorance or fear stop me. And now, let me tell you, some of those same people are changing their minds about homeschooling. And they are telling me that I made the best decision in choosing to homeschool my kids. You see, This biggest mistakes burns out so many homeschool moms, and it almost got me too. And that is lesson number 4, which is homeschool is not school at home. I want to say it again. Homeschool is not school at home. They are very different from each other. Homeschooling does not mean that your child has to sit in front of the desk at home all day long. You don't even need to set up a fancy classroom to homeschool. And sis, I want you to know that every homeschool is different and unique. In our homeschool, we learn in different places, like the library, at field trips. We learn at our homeschool co-ops. We learn from hands-on projects, and also, of course, most of all, we learn from real life experiences. Says homeschooling doesn't only happen in front of a desk, and that freedom is one of the biggest blessings of homeschooling. Yay, this is my favorite one. So homeschooling is where my kids' God-given gifts are free to flourish. And that is the 5th lesson that I've learned in 7 years, that homeschooling reveals kids' God-given gifts. Homeschooling has truly given my kids the space to discover their God-given gifts, and I've watched their creativity come alive. My kids have published books, recorded music, started a cookie business, and explored other interests that may have been overlooked in a traditional school. Homeschooling has truly allowed my children to walk in their strengths. Sis, when learning feels safe, children don't just improve, but they soar. And that brings me to the number 6 lesson, and that is that homeschooling creates a love of learning in kids. We can all agree that the home is the safest place for a child to learn because it is free from peer pressure, bullying, and constant comparison. And my kids get to learn at their own pace without judgment or criticism. And because of that, learning feels joyful and exciting instead of stressful. Before we go to the number 7th lesson, I want to say thank you so much for watching this video this far. And I also want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel so that you can be part of this amazing and beautiful community. Have you subscribed yet? I'm waiting. Come on, just subscribe. Thank you. Mama, hear me. It is never too late to begin homeschooling your child, whether your child is very young or whether your child is older. And this brings me to the number 7 lesson, the last but not least, and that is that you can start homeschooling your child at any age. Sis, anyone can begin homeschooling at any age as long as the child is interested in learning. Most of my kids started 1st grade before the age of 5, and they thrived both academically and emotionally. There is no perfect timeline to start homeschooling because homeschooling meets your child where they are and not where the system says they should be. 7 solid years later, I can honestly and truthfully say that homeschooling our children has been one of the best decisions that our family has made. If God is calling you to homeschool, I want to encourage you right now to trust Him and to walk in that grace that He has given to you to homeschool. I want you to know that you are capable, God has equipped you, and you are not alone. You have this beautiful community to support you on this journey. And remember that we're not just homeschooling, but we are raising warriors for Christ. Sis, if this video has encouraged you, why don't you like it so that another mom can see it? And also go right ahead and share it with other moms who can also receive encouragement from it. And comment below how long you have been homeschooling. And if you're not homeschooling, I want to know whether you plan to homeschool in the future or not. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.